Hello dear students, welcome back. I am here again with my YouTube channel SL Classes to discuss our crash module. In the last video we were discussed the basic level of questions from electric potential. That is the second chapter of our second year syllabus, and today we will discuss some more advanced level of questions from the same chapter, electric potential. Okay, so you please listen, try to understand the concept behind each question. I will give you questions on the screen and we'll solve one by one. Okay, so please listen. First question. The electric potential at a point x, y, z is given by V equal to minus x square y minus x z cube plus 4. The electric field at that point is, and different options are given. You can read that options. Electric field is given in terms of I cap, j cap and k cap. There are some equations. Okay. Okay students, this is the function given for potential. V is given as minus x square y plus x z cube plus 4, and we have to find the electric field intensity. In the previous section also we have done a similar question, and there we know the electric field intensity was E is equal to minus dV by dr. Okay, it is the negative derivative of potential. But here the difference is, here given the potential as a function of x, y and z. There are three variables x, y and z, not only one variable r. If there is only one variable, we can do the problem using this equation minus of dV by dr, where r is the distance given. But here the distances are x, y and z. There are three variables, or there are three coordinates. So in this situation, to find electric field intensity, we have to do the partial derivative. Partial derivative means taking derivative of this potential by taking x, y and z as variables separately in 3 steps. Okay, you can listen the mathematical steps. So the equation will be not minus dV by dr. We have to write that equation in this way: minus of dou v by dou x, dou function, del function. It's also called del function. That is called the partial derivative. Dou v by dou x, just like derivative, you can see. Just listen. Dou v by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou v by dou z. Okay, what is this meaning? How can we do this? So there are three differential terms. So in this first term, we have to take the derivative of voltage with respect to x. Just listen this term only first. Okay, this term only. This is the partial derivative of V. That is, this is the voltage function with respect to x. So when we do this derivative with respect to x, only x is variable, or all other terms in this equation, x is variable, then y is taken as constant, z is taken as constant, this 4 is also a constant. So in the first step, when we do the derivative of this function, only x is considered as the variable and all other terms are constants. Plus the next term is derivative of this voltage function again with respect to y. Okay, how can we do that? So the same function can be derivated using with respect to y idea. So here only the term y is variable, all other terms are constants. So in that situation, x is constant, z is constant, only y is variable. Again, now you have to see what we have to do in this idea. Here again we have to take the derivative of voltage with respect to z. So when we are doing this term, we have only z is variable, or all other terms are constant. So by considering x as a variable, then y as a variable, then z as a variable, we have to do the derivative of this term in 3 different steps. That is the concept of this partial derivative. Okay, so how can we do this? This is equal to, there is already a minus symbol, minus of take derivative of these all terms with respect to x. So when we take x as a variable, here y is a constant, so minus, this is the minus symbol, minus y, take the constant itself, then x square, the derivative of x square is 2x. All we know that the derivative of x square is 2x. Okay, minus in this term, again x is variable, z cube is constant, so z cube, that is the constant, z cube into derivative of x, that is 1. Okay, now only a constant term, its derivative will be 0. So we have done this idea. This is the derivative of voltage with respect to x, or this is done in x-axis, or this is taken as I cap plus. Now we have to do the derivative of the same function with respect to y. With respect to y means take y as variable and all other terms are constant. So here only this term contains y, or this is a term without y, so this is totally a constant, this is also a constant, so the derivative of these two terms with respect to y will be 0. So we have to take the derivative of the first term only. Minus x square is a constant, so next is minus x square. When we take the derivative with respect to y, then take x as a constant, then derivative of y is 1, so into 1. Then all other terms, this is a term without y, this is again with term without y, so these two terms are only constants, then the derivative will be 0. So this is minus of x square in j cap term, that is the derivative along y. Then plus, take the derivative of all these terms with respect to z. So when we take with respect to z, this term will be constant, this term will be constant, because in these two terms there is no z component. In this term only there is a z component. So take x as constant and take the derivative of z cube. You will get minus x, that constant, into z cube becomes 3z square. This is along k cap. Okay, there is a total bracket there with a minus symbol outside. So finally when we take this minus also, what do you get? This is equal to 2xy plus z cube into I cap, okay, plus this minus into minus again becomes plus, so x square j, plus this minus into minus again becomes plus, so 3xz square, 3xz square k. Okay, so that is a pure mathematical idea by doing the concept of partial derivative. This is the solution for that question. Hope you can understand. You try to write this mathematical steps yourself, then you can do the problem very simply. Okay, now we are moving to our next question. Please listen. Next question: 4 electric charges plus q minus q and minus q are placed at the corners of a square of side 2l. The electric potential at point A midway between the two charges plus q. And different options are given. You can read those options. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is the situation given with 4 charges, 2 positive plus q and 2 negative q charges. Then we have to find the total electric potential here at this point A. So we know potential is a scalar quantity, and due to one charge, the equation for potential is, what is the equation? V is equal to K, that is some constant K into Q by R. This is the equation to find potential. We have to take one charge and distance from that charge to any point where the potential is to be found. So here we have to take the potential of this plus Q charge taking this distance. This total is 2L with a square, so this distance will be L. Now take this charge plus Q and take this distance, so from charge to the point A. Now from minus Q, the charge is minus Q, third charge. Then due to this minus Q, potential at A, so to find potential at A, we have to take this distance. Okay, that is the distance R in this equation, Q by R, where R is the distance here when we take this minus q charge. Okay, also the same distance comes for this minus q charge also. Okay, so this is R, and this will be L, and this will be L. So potential due to two positive charges, they are equal, and also potential due to two negative charges, they are also equal. So the total potential in the first step, we can take it as K into, for this charge Q by L, that is 2Q by L. Got it? Q by L plus Q by L, 2Q by L, plus negative Q by R and negative Q by R, so minus 2Q by R. Now what is this distance R? Using Pythagoras theorem, you can find this distance R. We know this is 2L, okay, this is L. So when we take this hypotenuse side, using Pythagoras theorem, we can write R is equal to root of L square plus 2L square, L square plus 2L the whole square, where this will be 4L square plus L square, 5L square, so this is root 5L. Okay, so for L we can, for this distance R, you can substitute root 5L, so this will be K into 2Q by L minus 2Q divided by root 5L. Okay. Now we can take the constant terms also the outside. We know this K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. So this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Then take 2Q by L as constant. 2Q by L. Then what remains here? This becomes 1 and this becomes 1 by root 5. So this will be the correct answer. You can see the option. Clear it? Now listen next question. Next question. 3 charges capital Q plus small q and plus small q are placed at the vertices of a right-angled isosceles triangle as shown. The net electrostatic energy of the configuration is 0 if q is equal to, and different options are minus q by 1 plus root 2, minus 2q by 2 plus root 2, minus 2q plus q. Okay, in the next question, an arrangement is given with 3 charges, and given that potential energy of the system is 0, then we have to find the value of Q. Okay, again, this is a simple question. There are 3 pair of charges. One pair is capital Q and small q. The other pair is this capital Q and small q with the distance, this diagonal or this hypotenuse length, and the 2 positive small q charges with the distance A. So total potential energy will be the sum of these 3 potential energies, U1 plus U2 plus U3, right? That is equal to, again we can take this term K, that is K into, first take this product Q into Q, okay, Q into Q divided by distance will be A, plus next product Q into Q, okay, K Q into Q divided by this distance will be, this is A, this is A, this is isosceles triangle, so this side will be root 2A, plus then the third product will be this small q charges with the separation A, so K into Q square by A, and given this product is 0. This total value is 0. Okay, now we have to find from this equation what is the value of Q. So when we solve this, what we can write from these 2 terms, take the common terms outside. Okay, so K Q by A, take that term outside. What remains? 1 plus 1 by root 2 is equal to, take the third term to the next side, that you will get minus K Q square by A. So we can cancel this K, cancel A from both sides. We can also cancel a Q from both sides. Now we have to find this Q. So this is equal to Q into, when we take the LCM, what do we get? Root 2 plus 1, root 2 plus 1 by root 2. That is equal to minus Q. Minus Q. So what is Q equal to? Therefore Q is equal to, take this term to right side, you will get minus Q into root 2 divided by root 2 plus 1. To get the correct option as given in the answer, we have to multiply this numerator with root 2 and denominator with root 2. So what do you get? Root 2 into root 2 becomes 2. So this is equal to minus 2Q by. This is root 2 into root 2 becomes again 2 plus root 2 into 1, that is plus root 2. This will be the answer given. So you can check the option. So that is the solution for this question. Hope you can understand. Now we are moving to next question. Please listen. Next question. A small conducting sphere of radius small r is lying concentrically inside a bigger hollow conducting sphere of radius capital R. The bigger and smaller spheres are charged with capital Q and small q, where q greater than q, and are insulated from each other. The potential difference between the spheres will be, and different options are given, you can see. Okay students, in this question it is given that there are two concentric spheres, okay, with charges, one bigger sphere with charge capital Q and radius R, and other small sphere with charge small q and radius small r. We have to find what is the potential difference between them. So this is a concept based question. If you know the potential of a sphere, in the previous video also we have done a similar question. You note that point. For a sphere there are three different points in which potential is to be calculated. One is outside that sphere, the second one is the potential on surface, and the third point is any point inside the sphere. And very important point to be noted that inside the hollow sphere the potential is same everywhere, and the value of potential inside is not zero. That value is the value of potential at the surface. So for a sphere, potential at the surface and potential inside are equal. This is the concept you have to know to solve this question. So when we take this bigger sphere, take this point as A. At this point, what is the potential at A? At this point we have to calculate potential due to capital Q and potential due to small q at this point. So for this capital Q, this point is a point on the surface of bigger sphere, but for small q, for when we consider this charge and consider this point. Listen very carefully. Okay, we have to find potential here, and to find potential here we have two charges. One is capital Q. So when we take capital Q, the point is the point on surface of the big sphere, and when we take the small q with this distance, this point is outside the sphere. So what is the total potential here? Potential due to capital Q plus potential due to small q, that is equal to some k into, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into, for capital Q this is the point on surface, so we have to take the distance of the radius, that is capital Q by R, plus, and when we take the small q charge and point here, very carefully, please note very carefully, this point is outside the small sphere, so charge is q by the distance is outside distance is again capital R. Got it? Now we take a point here, that point may be B. Then when we take this point B, again we have two potentials at this point B, that is potential due to capital Q and potential due to small q. So what is potential at B? That is potential due to capital Q plus potential due to small q. Again, see, when we consider this capital Q charge and point here, this point is inside of this capital Q, right? But at any point inside, potential will be the same as that at surface. So when we take this point and charge capital Q, the potential will be K into Q divided by that surface distance, that is potential inside will be equal to potential at surface. So at surface we have to take the distance R plus. Now due to small q, again due to small q, when we consider the small q and point B, this point is on the surface of small q, so q divided by the surface distance, that is small r. Okay, now we have to take the difference. So what is VB minus VA? Take the difference. When we take the difference, we can cancel this kq by r, kq by r. Okay, then what remains? Kq by r minus kq by r. So the equation will be k into this term q by r minus, here these terms are cancelled out. When we subtract these identical terms, then the remaining term is only q by r. So this will be the correct option for that question. You can see the option. Okay. Now we are moving to one more question. Please listen. Next question. A uniform electric field E exists along positive x-axis. The work done in moving a charge 0.5 coulomb through a distance 2 meter along a direction making an angle 60 degree with x-axis is 10 joule. Then the magnitude of electric field is, and different options are given. 5 volt per meter, 2 volt per meter, etc. You can read it. Okay. Okay, the question is again a purely concept based question. An electric field is given. Okay, this is the picturized representation of that question. An electric field along x-axis. Okay, and a charge is moving through this electric field from one point to another point having a distance of 2 meter. That distance is given 2 meter, and that path makes an angle of 60 degree with the electric field. Okay, then given the work done in the process is 10 joule, then what will be the electric field? So by using the equation, we have the equation for work done to move a charge is W is equal to QV, right? W is equal to QV, and this is again equal to Q into, what is V? The relation between electric field and electric potential with an angle theta. You have to study that equation first. That equation is ER cos theta. If there is an angle theta between electric field and direction of motion where R is the distance covered, then the relation between electric potential and electric field. Okay, that equation is for V, you can write ER cos theta, that is the equation. So here work done is given 10 joule, you can substitute 10 is equal to, what is Q? That is 0.5 into, we have to find this electric field, into R, the distance is 2 meter, into cos 60, that is 1 by 2. So what do you get? We can cancel this 2 and 2 here. Electric field E is equal to 10 by 0.5. Therefore, E is equal to 20 Newton per Coulomb. That is the answer for this question. So we have completed the advanced level discussion of this chapter, electric potential. We can do more problems in the coming videos. Okay. So you just practice these questions by doing the problems 2 or 3 times. Now we have to stop here. We can see again with another video. Okay, bye bye.